Good morning, collective. All right, so let's dive into it. Yes, it's still in music channeling. However, instead of diving into it piece by piece, song wise, um, through the song, I got an additional messages or additional message that I mashed together outside of the song choices here that you will see later in the video. Okay, but let's do things in order. So let's dive into it. Any mumbling of some sorts, just crank up the volume, use the subtitles, and I will do better next time. All right. This is messages for the 15th of August. Okay. And I got these song choices. I'm going to start with that and then the actual, like, special message. Okay. Collective special message. So yeah, 15th of August, first song message. First song here is Give It All to Me by Nicki Minaj and Mavado, okay? Or Mavado. And I got this on the 9th of August. So basically, these two are going back and forth in saying, you know, there's no other choice but them, and they're trying to prove to themselves that they are the baddest. Okay, so that is your person they're thinking of. They want you to basically they feel entitled to your love and they feel like they should be that number one, whether it's a male or female. And whatever you want, they will give it to you. They just want you to give your all first to them. Because if you don't, it's kind of like you're freeloading. And maybe you're holding back. Maybe you're hesitant. They don't like this. Hey, maybe have your reasons, collective, but your person here, if I resonate with this first message, is that they want you to be more open, more, um, I wouldn't say giving. I think is some part of you that you are not showcasing, hiding from your person. It could be because of insecurities or feeling vulnerable, that your person is kind of like, oh, maybe you're open in this area, okay, in terms of like, how you come across and so on. But when it comes to your emotions, it could be closed off, or it could be that you're very open when it comes to your emotions, but you're very closed off when it comes to like, being open in an open relationship or just being public. The open relationship could resonate with some of you guys. Okay, you guys know I don't discriminate. I know there are a lot of different people watching my channel that prefer different things. Okay, so what I tune in is what I tune into. Do not feel offended. Okay, FYI. Um, but yeah, basically, some of you guys could be reserved. Some of you guys is like the emotional availability is here. For other of you guys, it's more so like you don't want to be in public, you don't want people to know, and your person is kind of like you know, let's be out in the open. Let the people know that you're my person because they know they're the shit. And for some of you guys, it could be reserved. For some of you guys, it's your emotions. Again, for some of you guys, it's the fact that you guys are together. Um, or, it's something they feel like you're not really in it, completely in it, like they are. Okay. Now, I will say this, that you are dealing with people that have a lot of ego. Okay. So it could just be in your defense, collective, that you're kind of just playing the game a little bit. What's the saying? Defense is the best offense or something. I don't know. But like something of this nature is going on. So a little bit more openness, a little bit more, yes, we can become public, or a little bit more, oh, public affection, something more where they feel like, I want to know that collective is in it with me for the long haul in terms of the person you're thinking of. Okay, collective. That's the first message. I wanted to like kind of shuffle a card and do the whole like how I do changes and whatnot when it comes to my card readings. But I'm a little bit lazy, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I feel the changes is more so like them realizing that something is kind of a little bit off, and they would like it to be a little bit more open or clear. Okay, a little bit more clarity from you. Now you guys can flip it around. It could be for one person that you feel this way about your person, but collectively, um, I do feel like it's the person that's kind of like a little bit. I need a little bit more from collective, a little bit more. Um, and it's not in terms of like you need to give them something tangible. I feel like it's some sort of action. Okay, if that makes sense, because I feel like they're kind of again they have egos, the male or the female, but they feel like they're in this energy of like if it's material stuff, okay, not to be like that, but I feel like for some reason they kind of have that down. There is something they feel like you are not showcasing, keeping behind closed doors, that they would like to be more aware of. Okay, first message. Message number two. Okay, um you guys got the song Lick You Up by H Town, and it's a slow jam song from one of those 90s groups. And I got this message on the 10th of August. And for some of you guys, you can resonate with an older reading I did with the same song title. I will link it down below. You can see that as a continuation as of today. If it doesn't resonate, please don't take it, okay? Um, but basically, it's a very sexual charged song. Is giving hypersexual in a weird way for me. So I feel like your person wants to get quite physical, and hypersexuality could play a part in this. But if you guys on the same playing field, you're going to be satisfied. And this is kind of like the goal from the person you're thinking of, is like they want to give you ultimate satisfaction. That's for those that is in this type of relationship. I don't know in what sequence, karmic, soulmates from flame. What I do know, whoever you're thinking of, if you resonate with this song title and this message, is that your person wants to give you the ultimate satisfaction here. Um, and they cannot wait. Okay, I feel like it's almost like um, it's given feral. Okay, Feral. Okay, but let me just go with hypersexuality. Okay, your person could be very hypersexual. Okay, and it's kind of like you're just if you know what the definition of hypersexual is, you know where I'm coming from with this. Okay, that's that message. Now this could definitely be from a masculine energy that feels this way about you, collective. But again, you guys know I don't discriminate, but it feels very. I am the chaser. I am the whole masculine stereotypical view of human society. Oh my god, why am I like? Your person could be an air sign, heavy on the Aquarius. Um, 'Cause that felt very Aquarius of me to say. Um, but yeah, hypersexuality, you're like their target, okay? But again, it's the energy around you and what they think of you when they feel around you when you guys are in close proximity, away, and so on and so forth, okay? Um, and it could have been quite activated during the 10th of August when I got this message here. But let's move on to the next one, which is By My Side by Korean artist Jisoo. Amazing. Okay, low key plug. But yeah, for real, this song is basically, again, from a masculine energy here. He is showcasing to his person that, even if he's a little bit rough around the edges here, a little bit of a, bad boy and type of individual, you always held them down. I don't know why. I also want to say fuck boy. So your person could have a little bit of a fuck boy, bad boy persona before you, or kind of. I don't see them treating you any like in a toxic way, but they could have this rough exterior where it's like no matter how things get, they could have a hot temper as well. You always tends down 10 toes down with your person here. They feel you're their ride or die, and they cannot wish for anyone better collective. And yeah, tough boy, rough around the edges. Now, I will say this though, for you guys, you got a little few of, um, you got a hater. You got a hater in your corner, and they're upset that your person that you're thinking of is kind of like admiring you and praising you, despite the bullshit they can do. For some of you guys have done. um, at the end of the day, somebody is so jealous and envious that your person is choosing you to be their person. There's somebody in your person's corner, the person you're thinking of, that is like, why collective? Why them? They like, it's, I don't want to generalize like this, but like, or stereotype, but for example, if a person has been in a crew, or, you know, he wants to clean up his life because he met you, the people in his surrounding, or dare I say a person, because I feel like it's not more than one person here. They're so angry and upset that your person is deciding to live a clean life, a good life, come out of the trenches. You were like the one that opened the door, the light for that. And somebody in their close proximity is like, all of a sudden you're going to change and it's for collective. All of a sudden you want to be a good person, a good guy. Like what is, like, they're upset because the person is changing. Okay. Um, I feel like they didn't think it will ever happen, but it did when you came into their life, and that's what love do. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, that's the message here. They don't like the fact that you're changing them for the better. You know, not your person. They're in the process of it. Like they don't. They want this because they want you, and they want this life, and they're seeing the logical part of like doing this with you. Okay, or for you. Initially, you know, well, yeah, I'm not gonna shoot. Yeah, I said what I said, and yeah, somebody in their close proximity is like, the fuck you mean? All of a sudden you're gonna change? They're just so upset about this. But that's a them problem, collective, and I know for a fact your person is also gonna make it, whomever is hating, a them problem and not a problem that concerns your person or you. Okay, so there's that. Next, next, move on to the next song. We got Total Eclipse of the Heart, and basically, you guys know the song. I feel like I need to go. Actually, no, I don't want to go in depth about this song because it has a lot of different interpretations. But on my long journey of this film flame, right? Um, this is one of the songs where a lot of people that I know in this film flame community, because it is a community, just like tarot card community is a thing. Trust and believe. Um, is very. FYI, it's very good to find the people that are on the same vibration, for everybody that's looking for like a community and in anything, okay? But yeah, total eclipse of the heart. I'm gonna reference it to how the Twin Flame community see it. It's a Twin Flame song, and it's a song where it's like, it's kind of like you don't see like the original meaning of the song strays away from the spiritual aspect, the Twin Flame aspect of what I'm about to dive in for you guys here. But yeah, you don't know your twin flame, they don't know you in the physical, right? But you can feel them, you can sense them. Whenever you think about them, you get like, almost in a frenzy of some sorts, especially when you start to get awakened. And um, oh my god, wait. Wait. All right, so I think that's symbolic. It doesn't have to be. But whenever you get around your twin flame, a lot of paranormal activities happens, sleepless nights, overthinking, seeing signs in relation to them, um, and get quite confused. And I feel like even with closed eyes, you're still only a person. And when you guys gonna meet in the physical, you kind of just get this thing emphasis that wow that's what this is all about, that's what this is really about. So for those that are on the twin flame journey, you already know feel your person and they feel you, and you could have a lot of paranormal activity in relation to like there is somebody out there for me. I don't know who they are, but I can feel them, I can sense them. For some, I guess you can get dreams, and let me tell you this, it is mutual, okay? And I say this for the sake of the human psyche and the mental stability of it all. Even though things look complicated on the outside, let me tell you this, when you do come across your twin flame, there is no confusion on that's my person. It could just be confusing on like how to go about it, go about the journey, how to process it. But let me tell you this, they know as much as you know. Okay, that's all I gotta say on that note. Now let's move on to the next message. We got the last song of today is "Let's Stay Together" by Al Green, and again from a masculine energy here, and he's declaring to his person that they should be together, stay together. So it's kind of like, in this case, if a masculine that you kind of like are done with collective and you're ready to leave or had already left, your person wants you guys to reunite, stay together, work this out, okay? And that's your message here. Um, yeah. So that is in relation to the songs. And that one I got it on the there is no date, so we shall move on. So um now on to the next slide of it all. This is the channeled message here where I was kind of, you know, setting this up. This is the intuitive message that came through. Do I wish it was easier? Yes. But what can I do when I'm so in love with you? So that specific message could be the foundation of the individual messages that I broke down for you guys. Um, or you just resonate with this fact of this is how your person is feeling about you, okay? And from this alone, it's quite obvious you guys are not together. There were some mishaps that happened. Um, Some that put you in a break, some that put you in separation, and some that put you in a, you know, there is no returning of fixing this. And it could have been weeks, some months, for some even years. But at the end of the day, even if it's messy, and dare I say, I'm not an advocate for toxicity, but I do feel like based on this message, for some of you guys could have had this low key, a little toxic love here. There could have been like gender role. That's not what's the saying? It's not gender role issues. Power dynamics. Okay, that part. There was some sort of power dynamics. Um, there could have been gender role issues as well. I mean, the whole thing, like depending on where you're from, you know, on this planet, but like in some cultures, it's expected to the female to do certain things, behave a certain way, and in some cultures, it's not. You know, um, for instance, how do I explain this? Well, since I mentioned Korea, right? They're very traditional. A lot of people are traditional, right? Um, there's this wonderful actor, Park Seo-joon, and he always says that when he gets a wife, okay, because there's no such thing as the dating culture. It's kind of like they date to marry, okay, and he says that if he's gonna get a partner, they have to be a housewife, okay, stay-at-home mom. And a lot of people heavy on in the Western world would be like, what the heck do you mean by that? Now, in his traditional mindset, this is normal because this is what he is used to, you know. Um, and then there are parts, let's say Europe, um, the dating culture is a hookup culture, um, unfortunately. But it's a thing, especially in Scandinavia. Um, in Japan, having a polyamorous relationship is not weird, okay? Or I heard a lot about how like if you cheat, you know, a lot of the females are like, you know, if they go out and cheat, that's like they pass no judgment because it doesn't have to do with emotional cheating. So like there's something of this nature. I know it sounds a little bit of a mess, pardon me, but it's something of this nature where it's like something really triggered you or your person for you guys to be separated, and even if it was again toxic or wrong in the eyes of you or them, on behalf of how they're feeling based on this message, they wish that things could be more peaceful and easier between you guys, but then it's kind of like this is kind of what it is, but they still love you, they're still in love with you. Again, I'm not advocate for toxic relationships here, but when it comes to your person based on this message collective, and again, I know there are different levels to toxicity here. I don't see them like I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of like this is the only way they can love. Disclaimer, I'm not saying if your person is abusive in such a way where you have is disorientated you mentally, physically, right? Heck, even spiritually, do not deal with this person. Do not go back. I'm talking about those, you know, things where it's like they have arguments, there is silent treatment, and you know, there's petty stuff, arguments. All that is toxic. Okay, I'm not gonna say it like it's not. Um, one person is open and welcoming polyamorous relationship, The other person is kind of like the fuck is a polyamorous relationship. That is toxic when there's no communication. That is toxic. But like I'm getting a little bit of that for you guys, okay? So as I repeat, do not deal with, go back to, even though you know you're in charge of your own life here and your choices, because we have free will. I would advise do not go back to deal with somebody that has been, and I quote, emotionally, physically, um, hang on to physically, okay, spiritually abusive to you. And I'm aware, despite of all that I have said and is saying, that people at the end of the day will still go back to what it is. I talked about the foundation of what love is and the differences between unconditional and conditional love, disorientated love, and so forth. So I do expect, at least with my advice, that you get some sort of like insight of like, oh, okay, you know, right? Um, and even if you don't, I do hope that your experience will shape you into the person that you are, that you can have some sort of sensibility and common sense of like what I deserve, you know, what I should experience according to my heart, mind, body, and soul. And I know I'm doing a lot now. It feels like another TED talk. Uh, is this a part of my message? Today it is. Today it is. Okay, collective. So, with that being said, for better or worse, to simplify it, your journey hasn't been easy. They still love you. If you're with somebody else and you have told them to like suck it, close the door, um, they cannot unlove you. You get me? They cannot. They can't. That's the honest truth here. Like individual messages, overall messages here, your person, they cannot unlove you. And to be frank, I feel like they never have. Okay? So without further ado, thank you for stopping by and good luck in your journey in life.